Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. Blue skies, sunshine, no chemtrails, nice day, about 70 degrees.
It's pretty nice out. Yep.
It's perfect. We just took the dogs for a hike. We're going to share with you over on Evolutionary our trip through Tatooine.
It was fun, and the babies are exhausted.
They're wiped out. It's still somehow intensely hot, even though it's not hot out in the desert. There's something about the sun, the fact that there's no trees to find shade. Well, if you could find a good crevice or a cave.
I know it's really intense out there. It's not hot, but it's hot.
And the Schumann's heating up. As you can see here, we have a little whiteout, SOS 70. You know, this particular site, Disclosure News Italia, he's been really questioning the information that we're getting and wondering because we keep getting blackouts and then they put in rather normal looking charts that doesn't feel like it's really what's been happening. The moderate activity the last 24 hours concentrated in a 5 hour period from 7 to 12 this morning when all the frequencies dropped below their respective baselines. The maximum value was power 25 reached by primary amplitude shortly after 8 UTC. It's a slow, steady roll. I think, again, there's a tendency we all want, we're like kids, let's get in 5D right now. It is a process, it does take time.
Well, and it's an experience too. We don't want to miss it.
Every single life is just like a page in the book of the soul, so to speak. So, again, there's much bigger picture going on.
I believe so.
Yeah, we look over here. Well, let's look at the geomagnetic activity and the KP. It's been pretty elevated right now, about 3.5, but it was up to around 6 or over 5 for quite a while. Go back to the 7th, it was at 5 plus, and on the 6th, we were at 7. So it's been elevated. The bigger flares have died off now. But think about timing. This the the lack of an agreement when it comes to the budget, which ended up causing some resources that we could have used if we weren't closed as a country to watch Three Eye Atlas, for instance. And then you have this, the U.S. tsunami warning system reeling from funding and staffing cuts is dealt another blow. So the tsunami system is not operating at full charge ahead. Doesn't that sound ominous, especially at a time when we have all these tensions out in the world and all these weird things going on?
It does seem like a little bit of an oddity, like something so important like that should have some kind of backup plan. Just me.
9 seismic stations in Alaska set to go dark this month, leaving tsunami forecasters without important data used to determine whether an earthquake will send destructive wave barreling towards the west coast. Stations relied on federal grant that lapsed last year. This fall, the Trump administration declined to renew it. Data from the stations helps researchers determine the magnitude and shape of quakes along the Alaskan subduction zone, a fault that can produce some of the most powerful quakes in the world and would put California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii all at risk. So, yeah, this is just kind of crazy, is it not? And yet we send billions abroad to other countries all the time and just nonstop military. But when it's something that could end up costing or saving tremendous amount of lives, it doesn't seem to get precedence.
Well, there's that too, but you gotta ask, I don't know the answer, but how much money is going into this program? Is it an astronomical amount? Are they trying to reel something in? Are they trying to disclose something that we don't know about? You gotta ask all the questions, but there should be some basic backup.
Yeah, well, the agency provided for $4 million in 2025, far less than $6 million historically offered. We're not talking big bucks, relatively speaking, when you think about the billions that have gone to Ukraine Israel, other places arbitrarily. I mean, Argentina bailout recently. And you're just talking a couple million. We're talking not that much money in the big scheme of things, but it could have a huge impact. And that makes you suspicious. You wonder, wow. So tell me, Dad, why when the big one hit, what was the cause? Why were they not watching? Oh, it was funding cuts. The government had shut down. Wow, that was really coincidental.
It sounds a little bit similar like other catastrophes that have hit on our soil where they didn't have anybody watching. It was the weirdest thing.
Meanwhile, deadly tornado destroys 80% of Rio Bonito. This is in Brazil. That's massive destruction. It destroyed most of the town's structure, 150-mile-an-hour plus winds. Just wiped out everything. This is what we're seeing with all around the world. And I went to look at the earthquake situation. The USGS is showing 165, which is very, very quiet for more than typical. The biggest quake out there is one single 5.6 over in Fiji. Otherwise, just one other five, and everything is small in the fours. So to me, this looks like I would expect something big shortly. If I'm looking at this, it just feels like there's a buildup of some sort, and I would expect something big. Look at this. Wow. This is Comet Lemon. We got so many comets. How beautiful. Look at this another picture of Comet Lemon. And, it's just amazing what we see. But in some ways, you could equate it to a sperm swimming through.
Mm-hmm.
The woman's uterus going to look to create new life. Christoph the Jakowski, the Polish psychic, was talking about twins and how the soul will actually split and divide itself into twins. Again, if you're talking, there's different types of twins,
Mm-hmm.
and we have twins in our family.
We sure do.
Yes, two little redheads. And anyway, it's just fascinating stuff. First radio signal detection from 3i Atlas. Meerkat Radio Observatory in South Africa has just detected hydroxyl absorption lines directly from 3i Atlas, marking the first confirmed radio interaction with the interstellar object. This was radio frequency absorption, meaning the object is actively interacting with solar radiation at a molecular level. Signal matches thermal emission, not dust scattering. First success after multiple failed attempts. So the part everybody's whispering at is it lining up with within 9 degrees of the 1977 WOW signal that some had thought signaled intelligent life out there, as this seems to have come from very close to the same area. They have also now, astronomers have detected multiple jet structures on 3i Atlas, as many as, this says two anti-tails pointing towards the sun, possibly as many as five different jets coming off of it. It's very interesting and unusual, and Atlas has really seems to have divided people.
It really has, and we're I still think it is a very important moment in the bigger picture. It has something to do with the expansion of our consciousness in such a big way. I don't think we can wrap our heads around it just yet.
And we talked about 2025 V1 Borisov, and that popped up from below us, so to speak, below the ecliptic. And, out of nowhere, it popped in between us and 3i Atlas. Perihelion was supposed to be November 11th, yet, and by the way, it had no tail. Yet, what happened was it just seems to have disappeared. Yeah, it just disappeared. Where'd it go? Yeah, so the newly discovered object appears to have disintegrated or vanished mysteriously. Now, Cindy immediately said, It just simply was cloaking again.
Well, that's what I said the first time. It was something that was cloaked and it showed itself. It did whatever it needed to do. It's cloaked again. It could very well show up again.
It could, again, all the oohs and the ahs from the scientists that make like they're clueless and, clueless, but at the same time, it could never be under intelligent control or design. Now, could it? But yet, here you go. Feel into the situation. Look at this. This is an interesting object. Charlie Parrish here. Last night, my good friends George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell and I caught an alien drone in LA, Los Angeles. Well, it could be our military, it could be anything. There's a lot of different things out there. That's the realization.
And we've seen this coming in for like a year. It just keeps expanding. These so-called drones, the people, I don't think they're fully alien at all. There might be alien tech in there, but I believe that's our military and we know it.
I think the vast majority is, yeah. And then all sorts of orbs that people have seen. Foo Fighters, again, this goes back forever. Literally goes back all through our recorded history and people seeing things, especially uh, from airplanes. We've seen so many of these things. They're just, again, it's like they want to show themselves.
I think they do.
Yeah, when fish fly,
And there they are. They're flying. Sort of.
they are. Be careful what you ask for. Isn't that cool? This is from a thunderstorm in the Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge, beautiful area, man. Blue Ridge Mountains. So pretty. So many beautiful places around the country. How about these beautiful 3,000-year-old boots? Wow. Preserved and frozen ground of the Altai Mountains. They actually have magnetic plates incorporated into the soles. They knew what they were doing. Absolutely. Keep in touch with the earth, its magnetic field. Also probably they're positioned so they're going to send some chi, some earth energy in through the different meridians.
Well, I can't wait for these to come out mainstream. I'm going to get a pair.
Well, this is what I mean. Again, 3,000-year-old boots that are way more advanced than what we do. We put rubber on our bottom of our sole, and that is just crazy. Sure, it makes sense from a comfort standpoint, but at the same time, it blocks you off from the flow of energy, and they know this. Here's an 18-year-old German boy that climbed to the top of the Great Pyramid in Giza with a GoPro filming it. 146-meter tall pyramid, 2016. Wow, they risking time in jail. What of you? But what of you?
That's pretty cool. I can't say I would do it though.
No, we did a little climbing today. We'll be sharing that with you guys. This is Jay Anderson picking up a globe. Yes, how fun. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, there's that word again. Tartary. Right next to Russia, but not Russia. Isn't that interesting?
It's just a coincidence. It's just some kind of art word they like to write.
Yeah, like this is just natural, right?
Yeah, it's natural.
I mean, you find these angles, these sharp, straight, linear cuts everywhere in nature, don't you?
Everywhere, everywhere. Yep.
So, yeah, Jay says, what if the main objective for the Spanish conquistadors in Peru was to destroy as much evidence as they could of a past civilization on behalf of the Vatican? Yes, bingo. Ding, 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 ding. Somebody gets a gold star. Let everybody out. It's the Animal Farm. Is that an allegorical story about us
Oh
here on
no.
Earth? Oh my goodness.
They're so cute. They're so cute.
They are adorable. Time to come out and play, everybody. Time to come out and play.
I agree.
As always, guys, thanks for your support. We couldn't do it without you guys. Much love. Look forward to your comments. Again, you're welcome to join us on Patreon for exclusives. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.